Welcome, Benzinga Nation. Today we've got a great interview with Greg Rubin, who is the head of Axi Select. Greg, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Uned. Great to be here.
Looking forward to the conversation. There's been a lot of positive noise that's come out about Axi Select, but give us a quick overview. What is it that y'all do?
So Axi Select is a capital allocation program. I suppose the more common phrase used these days is a prop firm. The way I always describe Axi Select is unique and all-inclusive. And the two words, they're unique because the model that we offer is different to anything else that is out there in the marketplace. And the all-inclusive part is very important to our identity in the sense that, yes, we offer generous funding, but we also pride ourselves in the additional tools that we offer to support traders in their journey.
Now, Nutella wasn't supposed to be what it is today. And the reason I bring that up is because sometimes things happen by mistake and it ends up being a success. So was Axi Select intentionally set up as an alternative to prop firms?
I wouldn't say it was set up intentionally as let's create something as an alternative, but it was set up with the knowledge of the current structure and model of the prop firm in place. We were well aware of the industry standard model, and us being a broker, we wanted to utilize our size as a broker to create a program that's more trader centric and more realistic from a trader's perspective. Holistic, should I say, is a good word. And we believe we've done that with the way we've created the Axi Select program, without charging a registration fee, with having very unrestrictive trading conditions and a platform where traders can really express themselves. So it wasn't, to answer the question directly, it wasn't our absolute intention to be different, but we believe we came across a model that would be beneficial for traders and a program that is something from a long-term perspective, sustainable program.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be working. A matter of fact, I read an article that we published recently where you mentioned that you see Axi Select as a long-term solution to the prop trading community. What exactly did you mean by that?
So we've seen a lot of change in the industry in the last few months. We've seen, MetaQuote for one, the face of the FX industry and the prop firm industry, look to pull back. We've seen a lot of these prop firms searching for new providers, new brokers, and ultimately we've seen quite a few shut down, issues with payment. So there's been a lot of drama that's sort of taken place in this industry, and pressures from regulators. Now, regulators are often the first to know about this before we realize what's actually happening here. And I think it's not a case of one or two bad eggs in this place. It's very much a case of what we're seeing. We had a small industry that's blown up over the last few years with thousands or hundreds of thousands of firms that have all set up offering the exact same product. Now, it's important to understand that a lot of these firms are not financial firms. They're not regulated. The basis of being a financial firm, the sort of minimum criteria is you do your KYCs and your AMLs on clients, which most of these firms wouldn't be doing. And what we've seen is just a very low barrier to enter, with a lot of the tech providers handling the back office who've come into this space. So we've seen an unsustainable move, almost a crescendo, and now we're seeing the effects of it with regulators getting on top of it. So this current registration fee demo model is clearly coming under pressure, and the question is it sustainable? So with Axi Select, we've created, as I said before, a more trader-centric program. We don't rely on clients' registration fees to generate profit, which is ultimately the sort of model using demo accounts. We use real-life trading accounts. So we've created a program that is more focused on trading than on speculating, which, selling a dream or the opportunity to have large sums of funds in a small amount of time. We've created a program that's a lot more trader-centric and believe it has that sustainability. And from a trading program, right, the prop trading industry, we believe our program solves these issues, and the model is more in line with trading and ultimately the solution for a prop firm industry.
One key phrase that you mentioned there was barrier to entry. And the reason I want to highlight that is because people are nervously watching the headlines, right? You kind of mentioned it, where closures are happening, prop firms are being, forced to change platform providers, and even brokers in general. So for Axi Select, how easy would it be for them to kind of jump over to your program?
So that's a great question, and physically very easy. You would go and onto our website, sign up for an Axi Select account. It'll be a little bit more strenuous with doing your KYCs, but ultimately it'll be opening a normal broker account, and then the rest is all automated and very easy. The challenge will come mentally because Axis Select is very different to the current prop firm industry and the current models that are out there, and it's taking a lot of it takes a lot to understand the difference. And what I mean by that, one of my biggest pet annoyances is when I see Axis Select being compared to another program that's out there. Axis Select is $100,000 program where you get to keep 50%. Trying to pigeonhole Axis Select into the industry standard model where it is completely different. So, here's an example. When you look at the program structure, for us, we certain stages you need to spend 20 days in, other stages, 30 days, 60 days in order to move up. So we require a certain period to get a certain track record. Now, there a few people that sort of get mentioned on forums, or there's sort of a client, an IB, who raised this in our trading room, and they'll say to me, "Have you considered reducing that time?" There are a lot of other prop firms out there that offer a much quicker time to get hold of access to $200,000. And I said, absolutely. What is the likelihood that these clients, if you go look, how many of these clients actually ever make it to that stage? So it's all very well saying, yes, get 200,000 in two weeks of trading, but what percentage of these traders actually get access to that? Very few. A simple Google will show you very few. What percentage of traders who do get 200,000 after 2 weeks of trading remain on the program? Again, you can Google that. So Axi Select is real. We're not going to give you 200,000 if we don't think that you're worth managing 200,000. Or you haven't, not to say worth, you haven't proved to us that you can manage $200,000. And nobody can tell me within 2 weeks we should be really giving you $200,000 of our funds without a track record. So it's interesting how the industry has an expectation because of the way it's been structured, where it's, that's the sell the lotto sort of dream ticket is place a few trades, speculate, play some gambling, gamble, hit a couple of lucky wins, get access to $200,000. Where we are encouraging trading, encouraging professionals to forge long-term careers. So the other side of the coin is I had a chat with a hedge fund manager probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and I was explaining Axi Select to them, and they were blown away by the Axi Select and the model. And I said to them, yeah, if you're a good trader, within a year, significantly within a year, you'll get $1 million of our funds to trade. And he thought that was crazy. He was like, how are you giving somebody $1 million of your funding within a year with less than a year's track record? And I said, well, you won't believe it. According to the prop industry, we're very slow. Ours is too slow. They should get more funds more quickly. And this is the disconnect. In the real traditional finance from traders, they understand you need a track record, you need to prove yourself. There are not many people who get $1 million within a year. It's incredible when you see it like that. But because we live into this world today where everything has to be quick, and this prop firm industry have created this narrative of get access to large sums of money really quickly, even though most never do, it's considered slower. And that's one of the mental parts where I talk about is understanding Axi Select. Sure, many have switched over and are very happy on Axi Select, but I'm saying a lot of people still question that part on why do I need to prove myself to get access to your fund? And Axi Select is legitimate, it's genuine, and it is a platform for traders, not for speculating and for gambling.
And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but is that what makes you so confident that you won't be caught up in the current regulatory pressures that the industry is facing?
Yes. So if you look at what's happening in the regulatory space at the moment, we've seen pressure from US regulators for the fact that US clients have been onboarded to trade CFDs through the gray labeling. Now, Axi as a broker do not take on US clients, and Axi Select, of course, as a program from the broker, we do not take on any US clients. So we don't have any exposure to US clients. We also a broker doing our normal daily activity and have a very good relationship with MetaQuotes. As those, we use MetaQuotes for our day-to-day business. So It's not to say that things can't happen or things can't change, but ultimately we're not onboarding US clients, and we're not doing anything to damage our relationship with MetaQuote. Is we are onboarding clients, we're doing our KYCs, we're doing our um, due diligence on clients, and ultimately we're handling the flow, and we've got the provisions and the inputs in place to handle and to manage it ourselves. And I said at the beginning, us using our size as a broker, that's all Axi Select is. It's an extension of what we're doing and how we're operating as a broker. So we don't fall into the demo account, charging a registration fee. We don't fall into that model at all.
Just a couple more questions. You mentioned, someone can have access to $1 million within a year. How exactly does it work? You kind of mentioned that, hey, you have to get through a test and then you kind of get funded. But also, you mentioned earlier in the interview that Axi Select is an all-inclusive capital allocation program. What exactly? How does it all work?
Okay, so let's even take a step back. Let's look at the differences between Axi Select and where we're different, which will kind of cover that, and I'll sort of explain how it works. I think that's quite important because the first part is we don't actually have an evaluation, which was sort of mentioned. That's, again, something that's different. So we do not charge a registration fee. We do not have an evaluation that clients need to pass. So Axi Select is 100% free for clients to join. So the industry standard is charge registration fee to pass evaluations. Again, you can Google what percentage actually pass the evaluations. It's very low. We do not have any evaluations. We do not have a fee. It's completely free to join. So what we do require is for clients to deposit their own funds into their Axi Select account, and then we deposit our funds into an allocation account that trades alongside that. It will take the exact same trades at the client's place by a multiple depending on the stage. Of course, these are clients' funds, the traders' funds. They are at risk. They can lose them. So there is risk in that sense. But it's also important to note they're not paying anything if they don't like the program or they want to withdraw the funds. Traders can withdraw the funds at any point in time. It's completely their funds. There's no cost involved there. The other big thing is the fact that we only use live accounts. Okay, so the industry standard is use demo accounts. Every Axi Select trader gets an Axi Select account, and the experience is exactly the same as our clients who are trading with the Axi broker. In fact, clients can even choose if they want a pro account or a standard account. So they have the flexibility of choosing how they would choose from the broker account. We're also very much aware that clients trading is difficult, right? Traders go through good periods, traders go through bad periods. So we're not looking to kick clients out if they have one bad period. We give them 3 attempts at the program, where again, with the industry standards, which ultimately is set up to claim client registration fee, they have an interest to send that hard breach email to say you're out the program. Right? We say you get 3 attempts at the program. We have something called quarantine where you come back after a 2-week period. So you cool down, you come back, you refocus, and you can continue your journey on the Axi Select program. Going into those sort of tools, we offer the funding, but we also offer those all-inclusive tools. We have a dashboard, we have a leaderboard, we have an edge score, which is basically assists the traders in their journey. We have a trading room with 4 professional traders in there providing analysis, providing research, where you can interact on a one-on-one basis with professional traders to assist you on your journey. So we provide the support as well, as opposed to just saying, here's funding, go for it yourself. So those are sort of the key differences that we have. Other one is also the program structure. I'm not going to go into those sort of finer details, but it's just the one point is our conditions that we offer is the fact is we have no real restrictions. The only restriction is you can't lose 10% per stage versus making 5% a stage to advance. So we don't have any restrictions, which differentiates ourselves, such as high watermark levels, trading around news events, trading daily losses, trading on weekends. There's none of that criteria. It's just you make 5% without losing 10%, which is also generous in that sense. So that's where we're very much different. Now, to ask you how it works, essentially is as I said, we have our funds in allocation account that's set up alongside the client's account, and as they trade, it sort of gets multiplied. We have 6 stages. We offer $5,000 to the client at the first stage, and then goes up to $20,000, $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, and $1 million at the top end, where clients can keep 90% of the profits.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate insights on that. Give me quick 30 seconds on what kind of growth you're seeing and what regions are performing well.
We're very humbled by the growth that we have seen in the Axi Select program. It really has taken off in the sense, but again, it's free for clients to join, and if you're a good trader, you get access to our funding. So it appeals to the prop firm space, but it also appeals to clients who are trading at other brokers. We're saying do exactly what you're doing, and we'll put an up account with our funds alongside you. If you make profit on your funds, you get profit on our funds. And the payout's automatic. At the end of the month, it automatically gets transferred from the allocation account into your Axi Select account. So in that sense, it's been well received, and we're fortunate to say it's globally it's been well received. It's something that's been very pleasing. It hasn't just been one area or one region. We've seen a lot of growth from most of the regions we operate in. So it's been a good start.
Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you providing insights, especially if someone can possibly get access to $1 million within a year. And your model seems to be a bit different that we can put money where your mouth is if you're the client and you get the multiplier, like you said, that you trade alongside it as well. But thank you so much for the great conversation, Greg.
Thank you, Zun. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. That is Greg Rubin, who is the head of Axi Select.